What's going on, everybody?
Hey, people.
Shout out to all of our members in green. You guys are the channel members that keep this train wreck going. I'll go ahead and say it since Shane's not here. It's just me and Joe tonight.
The two loudmouths stood us up tonight. So I hope y'all ain't expecting much. But we're going to try to bring in some talent for tonight.
Okay.
See what happens.
What do we have normally besides train wreck?
Well, not talent, but that's what we get. We get talent from other people, right?
There we go. Yep. I see we've got a friend in the green room there. So we'll get him in here in just a moment.
Hope he's ready. It's going to be his big debut.
There you go. Joe, what you been up to?
Nothing. Work.
Nothing.
Stuff.
I was going to say, You're not in the shack, so.
No, I'm still Alabama looking for that antenna, man. Like, I ain't seen the UPS truck all week. They knew I was coming back. I ain't seen them nowhere.
They camouflaged them. They're all white now.
Yeah, they don't change their routes, man.
Change the routes, change the logos. I did see a UPS plane this morning coming into Charleston.
Well, that's pretty amazing itself.
Yeah.
Because I was at the airport with 4 UPS planes, and none of them moved for a week. Maybe it was their maintenance. I don't know.
Where were you at? Memphis? No, Jackson, that's the FedEx hub. Jackson. Okay. So. Yeah. Well, I got some videos recorded this weekend. I didn't get any edited yet.
Did you record? But,
I got a new radio.
Nah.
Yeah.
You get the Aurora?
No, God no. I got the DX FT8.
The hell is that?
It is a QRP FT8 only radio.
Why did you want to do that?
Because it was a kit and I wanted to build it. So I did.
How much does kit that you have to build cost? Roughly, 60. You ain't got to say,
it was
60?
Yeah, about 60.
Oh, that ain't bad. No. I think it was going to be like one of them $200 jobs. And I'm like, no. It's like checking out your own. They're like cooking your own damn food at the restaurant.
Hey, that was fun. That I still say the Japanese live differently, and I enjoyed it. So, Tortoise Izzo is at a award banquet tonight, I believe. He's supposed to be late, so.
Yeah, he almost forgot about it, is what it sounded like. And then Shane forgot about an engagement he had at the last minute.
Somebody's birthday dinner or something.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they schedule that for a Tuesday night? I was here on my birthday, so.
I'm sorry, Jody. Bless your heart. See.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So
I'll tell you, you talking about soldering some kits. I got some fancy equipment at work that I'm able to do some soldering jobs I never thought was possible. It's amazing what you can do when you have the right equipment to do it with.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I need a bigger shed to build my soldering stuff up now at home.
I was gonna say, why not just do it at work?
That's continuing education, right?
Right, exactly.
Staying in practice.
So, well, Michael, give us a thumbs up when you're ready to come on. All right. So, everybody, let me introduce you to Michael, N3 MFL. I almost read that wrong. Better known as Tortoise Overland.
What's going on, people?
What's up, Turtle?
No, turtle and a tortoise are different things. If you take a tortoise, no. If you take, I gotta educate the Joe Brett. If you take a tortoise and throw it in a pond, guess what happens to that tortoise?
It sinks.
If you take a turtle and throw it in a pond, it floats or swims.
So what does a tortoise do for its life?
I
Stay out of the
have,
water?
well, no, they like the water, but they don't swim in ponds.
Gotcha.
I have 2 tortoises.
Okay.
Hence the name Tortoise Overland. I you know what? Tortoises are all-terrain animals. I have one escape artist who was gone for 72 days. That was Solomon. If you Google 150-pound tortoise, Tennessee, he was gone for 72 days. And he popped up an eighth of a mile down the road. That's how damn slow he walked. No joke. He made AP Network News. He made news in India. I have no clue.
My kid come in the other day talking about my wife too is like, oh, we found a box turtle in the yard. I'm like, the hell, a turtle in a box? No, a box turtle.
Box
Box turtle.
It's got a little flappy in the front.
See,
He's got a little flappy on the front.
I
Makes a little box when he folds up.
I still got a lot to learn in life.
Oh, you know, not all of us know everything. Thank God. There's always room to learn.
That's right.
I need your fancy camera too. I need that camera that follows me around because mine doesn't do that.
That's this same thing. You follow me all the way around to the backside to get another drink a while ago. I'm like, quit staring at me. Give me some privacy.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right.
Well, gentlemen, what's the discussion? Is ham radio your only hobby?
Well, so that was supposed to be the discussion, and the guy that pinned that one couldn't make it tonight. Go figure.
Well, what's funny is Shane will come up with a title for these shows, and like usually we don't even look at it, and we definitely don't talk about
it. That's organization, man.
Yeah, it's
definitive organization. Yeah. I got to turn the fan down. Holy smokes!
If you want to talk about hobbies other than radio, which I know you've got, we would love to hear.
My one hobby right now is adjusting this DC stepper fan. God bless America.
150-pound giant turtle returns home after 74 days.
There it is.
Hear that scream.
I gotta get pulled up first. I'm getting there.
For what?
Gotta do a.
I make meatballs. We have several overland tortoise WMA parks here in South Carolina. What is a WMA park?
Wildlife Management Area.
Oh, tortoises in South Carolina?
Yep.
That's interesting.
Okay, so you're in Ashland City. Okay.
No. We were in Ashland City. We're now in Massachusetts. Don't ask me why. I was voluntold by the wife to move here.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You left Middle Tennessee for. What?
Yeah, I left kicking and screaming too.
I bet.
Oh, it was. Believe me, when the wife said, "Hey, honey, my contract's moving and we've got to move," I was like, "All right, where are we moving to?" She said, "Massachusetts." I said, no, not
hard
happening.
Pass. Yeah,
way hard pass. Yeah, but we bought a house. That house is worth a whole lot more money than when we bought it, so that was a benefit.
Yeah.
I have a nice little screwy office here. But camping, overlanding, that's in amateur radio, pretty much what I do. That's it.
You know, Michael, all you really need is something hanging on your closet door and an accordion wall covering your open door. And you and Steve would be rocking like brothers or something, man.
Joe, you
mean, my office is. I mean, I do have other sadistic habits.
Mm-hmm.
Look how nice and neat that place is behind him, Steve.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not, dude. If you could see below the desk, it's like a duck. the top, everything on top, is nice and neat and looks orderly. Underneath, oh God, it's, and I got 2 dogs in the backyard barking to come the hell in.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so yeah, I know where you used to live. I spent my summers on Percy Priest Lake, so
yeah. Ashland City's beautiful. We lived right down Cheatham Dam Road in Cheatham County.
okay.
Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Yep.
That
West
went
side.
right over Joe Brett's head.
Yeah, I don't listen. What?
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Dewey, Cheatham, and Hale.
How? Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
If that's
Law firm.
It's a name of a lawyer. Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. Get it?
Oh. Well, no wonder.
Oh God!
Somebody's Discord notifications are coming through.
Discord.
Well, I ain't got Discord up.
Oh.
I can't have
What's
so
going on
many
in Discord?
distractions.
Mine should be in streamer mode, and it's not.
Uh-oh.
Power outage. Hang on.
Steve,
Fix that.
Steve,
What?
in the chat. I beat you.
Uh-huh.
Look at him. You get your ass in trouble, boy.
You tried.
What? Hey, so y'all are familiar with T.O., right?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
So T.O.
Formerly a Coffee and Ham
Who?
Radios.
Yeah, T.O. Tango Oscar, T.O.
Is that that guy in Alabama?
Is he in Alabama? Where's he at? Big tall,
Um,
skinny.
He's
Yeah.
a nomad now.
He's a nomad now. No clue where he's at right at the moment.
Well, I started crashing Julian Vaughn's live POTUS,
Yeah.
and I've been officially named her T.O.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't
training
figured that
officer.
out yet.
You being replaced, Steve.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we'll see whose camper she's sleeping in at Huntsville.
It's gonna be yours because it sure as hell ain't gonna be mine because I ain't gonna be down there. That's too damn long of a drive.
It ain't that bad. It's only 8.5 hours for me. Each major ham fest is about 8 hours.
Yeah, that's what it looks. I see. That's the only thing that sucks about moving up here. I can't hit Huntsville. I've been to Huntsville a bunch of times. I can't hit Hamvention. I've only been there once. Hey,
Look at this
who we
guy.
got.
Hey guys.
He's
Why
not.
such the blurry background? What if we wanted to snipe
Yeah, what
your
if we
background?
wanted to see stuff?
Because you're giving me crap about mine, he's going to keep his blurred. I don't blame him. And then we got this guy.
Hey,
We got the Grouch.
he snuck in. Look at him. Dude, I have never seen a smile so broad on somebody's face in this boy right here. God bless. I don't
He's
think
still
he
high.
anymore.
Skydiving makes me happy.
I was going to say that freaking drug dealer that we all know and love, Parachute Jesus.
Yeah, didn't he just drop a video?
Oh, yeah. He's dropped a couple, actually, if you're a Patreon.
Yeah, no, I'm not, but I got to watch his most recent one.
I agree, Mike. It's time for the 45-minute Mosin rant.
There we go.
What grinds my gears? What are you doing, Mosin? I see you're wearing your favorite black shirt because it's faded.
It's purple. Stop it. Or whatever color it is. I'm bad with colors.
Is that what color that is?
I have
Yeah.
The camera doesn't do it justice.
I'm at work, so that's why the blurred background.
Okay.
Right. Don't want no espionage.
That's right. We can't steal company secrets.
Right.
Yeah,
You
know what?
You call me to be your IT guy. You fool.
I do all the time. It's hilarious.
Who wants to steal anything from Canada?
I don't know.
Just the Geneva checklist. That's the only thing.
Exactly.
But no, I went and logged on and I saw that you guys were talking hobbies, and then Joe Brett 2 seconds later is like, Dan likes talking about his hobbies, and I was like, yes.
It's only a war crime the first time.
That's right.
So,
Paul, what are you up to, man? Oh, wait, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and not 5.
Yeah.
well,
I was
listen,
gonna say this is by choice.
if you saw Joe Brett the last week, that guy's got hair.
He's got hair. Then he got a cut.
Looked like a freaking wig was in the garbage can when I dumped my apron.
You look a little bit more professional now, Joe. If I do say.
Thank you.
Like
Thank
he
you.
look unprofessional.
I like the Daniel and Paul look.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got doggies bark.
Yeah, I cleaned it up a little bit because it was getting a little out of control.
I was gonna say it was a little up in the shield on the one video.
Just blocking your view.
That wasn't quite that high, but yeah, it was in there.
For me, it's when it looks like a rat summit. Like this is getting borderline. When it starts to be like really big and it's like, it's gotta go. And then like, who could take, like, I don't know. I guess it's just my face. Not like who can take me seriously when I have that on. So like when it's too big. So
Yeah.
it's gotta go. So
I'm not climbing up a little bit too.
So Paul, I'm curious, how many jumps did it take?
One.
So 26.
26. Okay.
Yeah. Which, I mean, given how many levels I had to redo, that's not bad. That's some pretty good progression.
Well, so I heard in one video, how do I put this politically correct, or at least somewhat safe for YouTube? F that, what did you do right? So
That was my very first.
uh-huh.
So the very first jump, I got to go with Carlos, which was cool. But lost Carlos on the exit. He got hung up in the door.
Oh.
So he had to chase after us, and I wasn't arched at all, and so the other instructor was just hanging on, and we were just spinning around.
Mm.
And so when I landed, the first thing I was, super happy that I landed, but then I said, "What the fuck did I do wrong?" And he said, "Fuck that shit. What'd you do right?"
There you go. I mean, you landed safely and jumped again, so obviously that was a success.
Yeah, I mean, despite being unstable, I was altitude aware and I pulled on time. So that was a successful first jump.
Altitude aware sounds pretty important.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
And as long as it's not a frozen beer, a burnt pizza, never mind. I won't finish those three.
So my last 3 jumps before I got my license, like I'm leaving the plane after the instructor and then diving to chase him down.
Okay.
And so my head down ability isn't that great. So my fall rate wasn't quite as fast as it should have been. And so by the time I got to him and did the maneuvers and broke off, I was, I don't know, 1,500 to 2,000 below where I should have been.
Ooh.
So, yeah, he was giving me shit. He was calling me low pole Paul.
Well, I mean, you were still within regs, I assume.
Yeah, I was still at 3,000 or above. So.
Okay. All right. Somebody's got to shut their Discord server because those beeps are annoying.
That's not me.
You sure?
My Discord's off.
Damn it, Steve.
That's
Go,
not
Brad.
mine.
It's got to be Steve.
No,
it's
mine's in
Beautiful.
streamer mode, so it's not getting any notifications right now.
I don't have Discord on this computer, so.
I've
Look
got
at that.
Discord on this computer.
Richard,
Somebody fix the shit.
member
All
for
we ain't
20
going on
months.
there.
So what hobbies are we talking about, boys?
You tell me.
Beer
Well, talking
drinking,
about
Skydiving with Paul, but
barbecue chips.
I even sold radios to fund skydiving.
whoa.
What?
the
Okay.
addiction is strong.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you got your Class A now, right?
I got my Class A.
And so what does that entitle you to do?
It entitles me to be able to kill myself if I so chose.
Jump out of a perfectly good airplane without being hung
YouTube's
on.
gonna
to.
love that.
Michael, you
Damn
have
it,
not
Paul.
been in a jump plane if you think they're perfectly good.
My father was 101st, and he hopped out of those damn C-119 flying boxcars.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's an interesting airplane. I got one of the ones he jumped out of is actually at Fort Campbell as a static display.
Nice.
Yeah,
So the Class A lets you jump solo, right?
Yes, so I can jump on my own right now, and it is more fun to jump with other people, but
Right.
it was kind of cool. Like for my very first on my own solo skydive, I did a high pull. So that's
Okay.
basically what Carlos does, right? Where like the plane's at 14,000, you get out and you throw your chute right away. It was cool because we had like a really thick blanket of clouds at like 8,000 feet, and so I'm up at 12, and I'm just looking out over everything. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. Like I'm so happy being under a canopy, like flying around.
now you got all the jumping down and the aerobatics ish, but have you what have you done with under canopy? You know, like maneuvering and stuff like that. Do you guys go through classes for that other than flare land?
Yeah, no, there's all kinds of drills and things that I've had to learn, because so I started on a really big student canopy. It was a 260. It was 260 square feet. Then I went
Okay.
down to a 240. Then I went down to a 220, and then I switched to a sport canopy.
Ooh.
So going out of the student to a sport, I actually ended up going up a little, and I went to a 230. But man, it's responsive, and so like you got to do like canopy avoidance drills, right? Because the biggest danger under canopy is other people. Like that's the reality of it, right? So if you practice those turns, then you can avoid other people. So it'll be like a 90-degree turn and then an immediate hard 180, and you really kind of whip it around. Yeah, it's a ton of fun though. I still got a long ways to go. There's a canopy course that's required for your B license, and that's taking place next month here. And so I'm debating sticking around for that, but it's going to cost me $700 for that weekend. So
That's not bad. Have you
Boy,
bought your own
gotta eat,
canopy
though.
yet?
no, God, I can't afford that.
Boy, got to eat.
I'm living off of rice and ramen noodles, man.
I could see that.
If
Rice
you
and
got
beans and
if
rice.
you got an address, I'll Amazon you some. Except I'll get you the good ones that are in the self bowls.
Oh, there you go. I was gonna say, just have them delivered to the drop zone, right?
Yeah.
Put Paul's name on it.
Either that or I can send you MREs.
Oh God.
We won't see him for a week.
It is really cool being here in the RV. Like, I literally look out my window and I can see the hangar and
I was gonna say, are
watch
you
the planes.
camped out
Oh, that's
there at
cool.
the drop zone?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very
So they got a small little RV park off to the side,
Mhm.
and they got me in. I think I was here like 4 days in the parking lot. Like they got me into a slot.
Okay.
So
I was looking at those coach buses, like the nice ones
Yeah.
there.
yeah, there's a couple of those here.
I was looking at used ones, and I found one they're friggin' expensive, man.
Hey,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a really nice one for sale in Tennessee.
Listen, have you seen the cost of like the old tour buses? Like they're like $2-3 million for those things.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? I can get you a tour bus right now for like 10 grand.
A week for the next 84 months? Like, come
No,
on.
forever.
Listen,
That's
Well, the old ones out in
$10,000
Nashville?
American.
I was looking at like Auto Trader, which is our car.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have it.
Yeah, we got it.
Anyway, so I found a nice one, and I'm like trying to convince my wife. I was like, "Hey, let's buy it and let's convert it because it'd be so cool. Like, I want to get an RV, but I don't want, what's his name, Jason. Remember, he bought his RV. What was it, 2 years ago? And then it was like falling apart, and then they're built so cheaply. I want something,
And that was a brand new one.
I know. I want something that's like quality, and then also it's like, wouldn't it be great just to have like it all in one, and I can easily make that nicer than anything I can buy. So I don't know. I really want to do it. I'm trying to convince my wife. That would be a lot of fun because then it's like, you going to Dayton? Hell yeah, driving down and show up.
If you can get a campsite at Dayton.
Who says I have to be at Dayton?
Well, this is true.
Right at the Xenia yard or whatever you call it. So.
Now I'll say don't discount the separate trailer, right? Because it is kind of nice to be able to unhook and just drive my truck around.
So I had one. I had one. My in-laws had sold us theirs, and I bought it. The kids were young. I think I only had 3 kids at that time, and I didn't have. Well, I had a Pontiac Grand Prix. I don't know if that's an American car. So pulling this like way overweight camp trailer thing, the pop-ups there.
Good. Okay.
And like the back of my car was like low riding, and everybody who passed us was just, you get the stank eye, like as they pass you, they're like, holy shit. So we go to this like zoo thing. The zoo, like there's a campground not too far from it. Anyways, and it was nice. We set up. We're there for like a couple days. And then all of a sudden on our phones, we get tornado warning in the middle of Quebec. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. We don't get a lot of tornado warnings here. Usually they're not serious. Like me. Don't get mad if you're in Tornado Alley, but we get them, but we don't really. They're not. We don't have big ones like you guys, right? So, anyways, and then all of a sudden the cloud, like the sky is pitch black, and right across from our campsite is like an open field, like a soccer field, and it starts getting darker. And I say to my wife, I said, we gotta, figure this out. So anyways, we put the kids inside, and like, we're just about to take down the awning, and no time, the wind just it almost flips the whole tent trailer, rips the awning off. And my son was in the doorway, and it scared him so much. It took 3 years for him not to be afraid of the wind. He was like 4 years old at the time. And literally anytime there was wind, he wanted to go inside the house. And so we had the tent trailer for one camping trip, and it got destroyed. So that was my experience with a tent trailer. And I said never again.
Yeah, the pop-ups they leave something to be desired.
And they're heavy.
They can be.
They can be very heavy because ours was like an oversized one. You can get like, but there's some that are like 14 foot long, and then you extend it and it's like 20 something feet.
Yeah.
We had one of those. So that's why the car was majorly a low rider.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, after that windstorm, I had ropes, and I actually had to park the car right in front of it and tie down the tent trailer
to
the car.
So here's the campground at Chicagoland.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if you start at the top of the RV park and you go down 3 on the right-hand side, that's where I'm at.
This one or the angled shot?
No, the straight.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, so you're right there looking out at the...
That's cool.
Yep. And then I got my truck parked next to the hostess truck across the across from me.
Okay.
How long are you there for?
I think until Huntsville at this point.
Oh, so you'll have time to do the canopy class.
Well, I mean, the thing is I'm here, you know.
Yeah.
And
Just got to figure out how to make
Yeah.
the money. Need a
Sure.
few more Patreons.
Hey,
Izzo,
Molson.
welcome.
Hey, Molson.
Yeah, man.
Hey, so my question is, does Canada allow you to see American Facebook?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna share with you a link to this this lady in Kentucky. It's a 1980 TMC motorhome RV.
Hold on. I have a question for you.
Yeah,
What do you use for overlanding?
I have a Toyota FJ Cruiser and an MDC forward fold Explorer camper.
Okay, because if you were a Jeep guy, I don't trust links from Jeep guys.
Oh, I'm not a Jeep guy. Yeah, no.
Nah, just Broncos.
So, Paul,
I
are, you
did
working remote?
say what?
Are you working remote right now?
I haven't worked since 2012. YouTube is my work at this point.
Oh yeah. All right. I gotta take a call. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Exactly. Let me just rub it in your face that I'm working right now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
God bless.
Well, I mean, you've got the podcast that you do, as well as
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he boogied.
YouTube, and
Yeah, honestly, the YouTube and the Patreon supporters, the channel members, right? That's where I'm making some money off of the channel.
Good.
So I 100% appreciate everybody that's willing to give whatever little amount that they're willing to give, because it all helps.
I need to make sure that membership I got gifted gets renewed for you.
Does that pop in there somewhere?
Much appreciated.
So, I've been enjoying seeing the jumps.
Well, so channel members get early access. So channel members have my Category G jumps and my A license final jump.
Okay.
So all the channel members can see both of those videos currently.
Yep. So, good stuff there.
Hey Izzo,
Hey guys, how's everybody?
how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Had some kid stuff. Got back from the school auditorium, and so they're all in there, and now I am here.
thought
And
they all
Izzo, what's over your
graduated
right
now.
shoulder?
You know something?
Tell us
If
something.
if I say this very sincerely, after using that antenna now for 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
and I used it today in the rain, I still hear what my grandfather said to me when I was getting into this hobby and playing with speaker wire and making antennas and all this other stuff. He used to let me fool around with stuff. We would go to Radio Shack and buy wire.
Back when Radio Shack was decent.
Every antenna is a compromise, he would say.
Uh-huh.
Mobile antennas are the worst. They are the worst yes, they'll get you on the air. He says, but when we talk about performance, if you're going to discuss performance, you have to discuss performance. And it is a good antenna. It gets me on the air like today, but I can't stand the size. It's too small. It's too damn small. And I'm not just saying that because I'm working at a very frustrated park that has a lot of noise. That I have chosen, and again, the key word, Your Honor, and to my therapist, is that I have chosen to get my kilo out. I only need like around 300 and something left. But this park is breaking my stones like you would not believe. But I shall overcome. because I need to teach myself something. I need to teach myself a lot of things. But
that
antenna is not the antenna. That antenna is great when sunspots are over like 150, solar
What antenna are
winds
you
are
talking
in.
about?
The ATAS, you can have it for crying out loud. So the long and the short of it is, Joe,
UPS.
if I lived closer to you, I would drive it over. I would just give it to you.
What's wrong with the ATAS?
It's just there is a difference when you put up 38 inches of wire, 30 inches of metal versus
It's a
70
compromised
feet.
antenna.
It's
not made for DX unless you're standing on the damn roof.
I'm not looking for Mike. I'm not even looking for DX. I'm looking for contacts. It is so damn hard. And when I have used it versus a wire, and I knew already the results were going to be 2 to 4 S units better. I knew that. I knew it. I didn't think it was going to be 4, but many guys told me when I was running some tests with it. It's just frustrating. It's just frustrating, and I don't mean to turn this show into my therapy.
I'm going to frustrate you some even more is because I don't have a problem with my ATAS that I bought at the Hamfest. All I have to do is stop, get on, go.
Yes, I agree. And I got a great ground. I have a great ground, and I'm making sure I'm operating not near any houses and structures and
power lines.
Exactly. But today and many other, and I've used it in a few different parks now with different environments in those parks. Listen, I'm not telling anybody not to buy this antenna. Just understand, have appropriate expectations when you are using this antenna. Will it get you on the air? Absolutely. Do you want to use it for receive only for a shortwave, radio? Absolutely. Are you going to be the loudest signal on the band? No, but if that's okay with you, that's fine. And as long as you do make some contacts, it's just that today was just one of those another frustrating things. And when I put the wire up, boom, booyah, whatever you want to call it. And I was in the same spot. I didn't move the truck around. I threw the wire up, and all of a sudden, and then came the pouring rain.
5 watts in the Netherlands.
And I was using 100 watts, Paul.
I was going to say, it's going to take you a long time to get a kilo at 20 contacts per activation.
No, 68. Go look at my thing. I uploaded my log a few hours ago. Park 6870. No, 6860. 6860.
6860. Yeah, you did 20 contacts.
Only 20 today. Only 20 today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You should try a Hempstead.
That's 20 more than I've done.
This is true. Well, and I was scrolling through to see if that was the park that we went to, and it's not, but that's okay.
I think what do I have in there? If you go to that park page, I was the first one to operate, so you'll see.
You were the first. Yep.
And what do I have in there right now? 680 or something, maybe
God.
660.
Yeah, you've got the most activations.
Yeah, because I'm the
693.
693. So I have 307 more contacts before I can get my kilo.
And you've done 18 activations.
Damn good math on stream, dude. Good job.
Yes, I can. Listen, dude, I know how to give change. When you come to the register and it comes to $18.20, I know you're going to get $1.80 back if you give me a $20 bill.
The ultimate,
is that right?
The ultimate fail of counting on stream. I like to listen. I like to listen to different videos while I work sometimes, and there's a trial that I'm listening to while I work. And they had a medical professional on today, and they're talking about the Lucas machine, which is the machine you strap around you, and it automatically does the oil.
Yeah.
And so they were asking the medical professional, how many times a minute does it pump? She goes, about 100. And then so how many compressions would you say that they experienced? She's like, well, it was on for approximately 37 minutes, and 100 times a minute. That's 37,000 pumps. And it's like, no, it's not. Like you're in court and you're testifying. It's 3,700, not
3,700. I was just gonna say, yeah.
So it's like
Wow.
wah, fail. So yeah, you don't math on stream, and I guess you don't math in the court, in the trial.
So listen, I saw in the chat, Julie, I purchased one of those spool antennas. Spool antennas. If you go directly to their website, they have a Father's Day discount. You just saw the POTA Power discount. Guys, get this antenna. It's a fun antenna. I'm also using the new Reliance 56-to-1 balance. I like that. That's the one I ended up using today just to finish. So it's just one of those. We got a lot of antennas. And again, if this is my fault where I should not be using this type of antenna because it's not January here in Connecticut, I should probably just be using a wire all the time. I got lazy today.
Is that antenna yet?
Is that spooltenna.com?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Spooltenna.com.
Spooltenna.com.
So do you have the biscuit?
I'm glad there was clarification because I heard, did that spool tenna come?
Paul, go back to no offense.
Have you been living in your RV for too long?
He's been a bachelor for way too long.
Why do I feel once again something went over the head?
Yep. Just let it go. So just let it go.
So the spool antenna looks like a neat little unit, but that's just an end-fed half wave, right? That's just
It's a 49-to-1 end-fed half wave made right here in the U.S.
There's another one on
no tariffs.
Oh, way to go, Steve.
Steve, there's another one on Etsy, but it literally looks like a fly fishing reel.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Correct. You're
That's
absolutely right.
I picked one of those up.
Flatlanders.
It works really well.
That's what Vaughn and Julie used to use. Unfortunately,
Andy's
they're a
in the
little
chat
rough on it.
begging y'all to mention the biscuit.
They're a little rough on stuff.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
But,
it also happens too, with all these winders. No disrespect to the other antennas; they're all great antennas. The problem is this winder, because I've noticed wire sometimes is kinking, even if you do it slowly with a little tension. It's just something. There's got to be a different way, and I'm wondering if the spool is what we're going to start seeing on more traditional antennas that are already out there. They're just going to get rid of those winders and go with the reel.
Well,
the reel.
I do want to try the end-fed biscuit.
The what?
The end-fed biscuit. Our buddy Andy makes it.
You got a picture of that? Go get a picture.
Oh, let me
Do we know who makes the spool antenna? Are they friends of ours?
I don't know if he is yet, but I'm going to try to make it up to Cary, North Carolina, and go see the manufacturing facility.
It'll be here on Saturday.
So
nice.
So if I had to choose between a spool antenna and another antenna that would be affordable, I would definitely go for the Coffee and Ham Radios antenna.
All right. Chris says they'll be dropping a video about that.
It's $210 Canadian. Like
the Coffee and Ham radio antenna?
Yeah, no, this one here, the spool antenna is $207 Canadian. I'd rather this is
Reliance is half that.
I don't really find this like I don't know if you're just like your reasoning makes sense to me because
why is that?
Well, because this is not a spool where you crank it and reel it. You're still winding it. So you're winding the other models too. Like you're gonna have the same issues to overcome if you're worried about.
So I'll let you know in less than 30 days. I will, and also I'll post it in our private chat. I'll let you know. It's not about who's right, because maybe this is I guess we'll know. This is about the fun of the hobby. The fun of the hobby. Reliance antennas is from what again just 56-to-1 balance, and I don't know my balance, guys, but there's something about this antenna has got a lot of black magic that works for me. I don't know what it is, but that Reliance, Matt does a fantastic job.
Hold on. Yep. Somebody said Coffee and Ham Radio antennas are no more. Is that?
Well, they're on pause right now. They're trying to figure it out.
Oh,
okay. They said they move in the store.
And let me tell you something, guys. When you get an opportunity to get yourself a Coffee and Ham Radio, get one, because they got many different versions to meet all of your operating needs. And again, I think I carry about anywhere from 4 to 6 antennas with me. I don't care.
Is that
They're
all?
all great. Yeah, that's all. Well, okay, I'm lying. Sometimes
Honestly,
it's more. But
honestly,
they're all great antennas. They all work great.
I honestly like the. I have the Aries.
Yep.
You know, and you know what? When I bought it, I complained there was no warranty, but I don't need a warranty. It just lasts. So, you know,
Yes.
I
Good
hope.
point.
See, Ape, I got you there. I'm good.
You
I
did,
like-
Molson. That was very good. You know,
Ape-
guys,
Ape and I had a huge
come to
blowout
Jesus
over
meeting.
the warranty.
a blowout. I thought it was a
making
war.
joke like that.
See, I
So-
treat my antennas like I'm Jay Leno. I can't have Jay Leno's money with all his cars, but I sure as heck can be Izzo with my antennas. That's how
Yes.
I look at it. That's how I look at it. That's how I
But
look at it.
I'll be anyways, I'm not gonna say anything else. $207 is I was buying the MFJ and fed halfway for
That
less.
antenna did
Yeah.
not cost
The
me that.
MFJ and fed halfway.
Molson, that must be because of Canada, and I don't like that. That's not fair. I'll say that right now. I did not pay $200.
I'll show you.
That's not fair.
Let me present to you the Canadian price list.
That's
gonna say,
ridiculous.
They've got a bundle right now that's $239.
Pull my
But
screen up.
that's the antenna and the coax.
So $332 Canadian for the Spultenna bundle. I don't know what that implies, but
That's
And then-
the coax and the antenna.
so the coax
Tell you,
is
man,
worth
just-
$120 something dollars more.
Mhm.
Just
Well-
go Reliance.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, it's a 207 Canadian. Like,
Yeah.
wow, just you know, there's not a lot of components to these things.
But why do we do this to Canada? Why is it that
Well,
Canada?
yeah, exchange rates, man. Like,
It's
let's
exchange
not forget. Like, the Canadian CAD to USD. So a Canadian dollar, 0.73 cents to
why
get
not?
a Canadian dollar.
But what does that mean,
So,
Molson? In layman's terms. But what does
Every
that
one
mean?
of
What
his
that means-
dollars is only 73
That means
cents in
for every
America.
dollar that I convert to US is only worth 73 cents, and it takes 73 American cents to get a Canadian dollar. So 207, so that's 151.40 USD.
Which sounds like if Molson started making antennas, we could get the deal.
Yeah, yeah.
That's possible.
Go with the reverse exchange rate.
Exactly.
What causes who determines that rate at point for today as we see it right now? Who determines that and why? Who has that power and why do they have that power to say that the dollar is less than whatever the Canadian denomination is?
No, the Canadian dollar is less.
Okay, why? Who
Well,
determines that?
It works both ways, right? So the Canadian dollar can devalue and the American dollar can increase in value.
Mhm.
And you can have inflation plays into it, as well as there is some manipulation that governments can do to do that. It comes from a lot of different factors. What's the end result? I don't know. I'm sure somebody in a pearly office behind doors that don't have names plays into it, but I think it's both economical reasons and then there's also manipulation in the markets that can happen.
Well, that's not fair. That's not fair.
If your government prints a lot more money, you devalue your dollar, right? That's one way it can happen. So,
There was this little.
I'm not an
little thing-
expert. I just
But
Well,
if I gave you $1, hold on, Mike. Molson and I come to the border.
Yeah.
I give Molson a George Washington. I'm not going to give him a Ben Franklin.
Cheap ass.
I give Molson a $1 bill. Why can't he just give me a $1 bill of Canada? You see,
He can, but
see,
you're losing out on 25 cents.
But that's my whole point. This is ridiculous. And if I should just shut up and smoke my cigar and sit in the background, I will.
Well,
It's
you want to know
ridiculous.
the trick?
Because
What
every
about-
country's different.
Europe did that. They went to the euro.
Listen, you want to know the trick? You go to the bank, you take all your money out in quarters. Then you go to the other country and use the quarter in their vending machine. You automatically increase the value of your dollar by the exchange rate. Because here you can put an American quarter, Canadian quarter into a vending machine, and it doesn't tell a difference. So that's the way you cheat the system.
Hey, Mike, road trip. Mike, that's going to be a road trip for you and me. No, Mike's saying no.
I'm just okay. You guys were you guys were discussing monetary stuff. In '44, they had the Bretton Woods Accords, which was up at Mount Washington Hotel. It's now the Omni Mount Washington. In 1944, where they set the monetary fund and the fixed exchange rates. They had the International Monetary Fund, and they also established the World Bank. It was 44 countries that came together in that little in that giant hotel up near Mount Washington. But that's when it started. But then in the 70s and the 60s, it fell apart, and it just because the dollar increased and the convertibility of the dollar into gold, the system kind of fell apart.
Well, I'm waiting for somebody in our chat, in our show chat, to get out that chat GTP and do some AI with a bunch of us trying to cross the border with rolls of quarters in our pockets. That's all I know.
No, you don't want to see that picture. You don't want to see that picture, Izzo.
Hey,
it's not going to look like quarters.
I'm gonna be in your neck of the woods July 9th and 10th. Yeah, you're welcome. I got to do some fiveplex training, but I'll be up there, and I'm probably gonna throw some radios in the truck and some antennas.
Man.
What?
I got
Northford. You're familiar with Northford?
Yeah, man. That's my hometown. That's where I grew up.
Yeah, Connecticut, everything ends in Ford.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't end in Chevy.
Mike, shoot me an email. Mike, shoot me an email or shoot me something on Discord.
All right. But
might be kind of tight, but let me see if I can take some extra time off or more so I can kill two birds with one stone.
Well, it'll be evening, dude, because I'm going to be doing training. So it'll be in the afternoons or evenings.
Yeah, I got something going on, but I'll explain it to you through offline, as they say.
Not on Tuesday, and you're fine.
Tuesday.
But Mr. Skunk just walked by.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I shared a picture of the infed biscuit, and I dropped Andy's link in the chat.
Hey, Molson, if I was working for you, how do you pay an American, and how does that work with payroll? Is that or vice versa? Is that a problem? Because if I'm supposed to be getting X amount of dollars, but yet my paycheck says, or I'm going to be, you see what I'm saying? Like, how do people get paid if you live in another country?
You pay if an American was working for a Canadian.
Yep.
Most likely they would be paid in the U.S. currency. It's actually the opposite for Canadians usually. When we go work for Americans, for say somebody here goes to work for remotely, but for an American firm, they usually get paid in U.S. currency. Yeah, and that's all tax laws and stuff, man. I'm not involved.
Right.
That's somebody else's job.
Right.
But, yeah.
Right. Our company has some offices. I think one of them is up in Red Deer. So, but it's an American-owned company, but they actually have whatever it is to incorporate it in Canada too.
Yeah, so if they have a satellite location in a Canadian province, they would pay in Canadian dollars.
So potentially it could cost a Canadian company more money to pay that individual, depending on the dollar, right?
Well, you have to look at the Canadians typically. I think Canadians are typically paid more than Americans anyway for the jobs.
Okay.
So it's just like our minimum wage in Ontario is like $17 and something cents, right? So yeah.
Yep.
Anyways,
Mike Mack got it. Molson pays in DQ gift cards.
There you go.
It's like Oprah. You get a blizzard and you get a blizzard.
You get a blizzard.
hold on. Misha. So Misha, like, it depends, right? Like, so, but because like if you look at Windsor, Ontario, there's a lot of people in Windsor who go across to Detroit to work, especially medical professionals. And obviously, because the work is being performed in the States, they get paid American dollars. but also I have friends who work remotely. They get paid American dollars and they live in Canada. So there's no answer to be.
Okay.
And
There's no rhyme or reason.
That's where the companies have their tax specialists and they payroll people in HR. They deal with it. And we're on the Clubhouse. So why are we talking about business?
I'm sorry.
Because we talk about everything other than ham radio. Sometimes.
I'm looking up now. Like there's a story because now you got me onto this.
I'm sorry.
No, about you were talking about the government. If I remember correctly, the UK, they used to be the global standard for currency. Now it's the US, and I believe they lost it because they manipulated their value so much, and the other countries they lost as well because of that manipulation, and they ended up losing the. If I remember, I think that's the story, and they lost being global, the global standard, because everything internationally trades in US dollars, right? Like if a Canadian company buys Chinese products, they buy it in US dollars. Right, so the U.S. is the global standard for international trade.
Okay.
Well, I beat it.
We've got the power.
Actually learned something on the Clubhouse tonight.
I'm learning about pesos here.
I'm still waiting to see the gold.
Well, I was gonna say, I've got 3,000 yen sitting on my dresser in the other room.
It's
Worth it's worth
2
20
cents?
bucks.
20 bucks?
20 bucks.
Wow.
Hey,
Hey,
Steve,
20 bucks is 20 bucks, Steve.
it's
20
right.
bucks
20
is 20
bucks.
bucks.
20 bucks.
Yep.
I had leftover yen when I went to China, and it like sat in my dresser for years. And I went to the exchange bureau, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not converting that."
Very good, Paul.
Shout out to Mike.
That's awesome.
So,
I had lunch with somebody today.
That's great.
I had
That's
lunch with Eric, N1JUR.
Oh well, that's not so good.
Because he had to do some work, and I had to drive 3.5 hours to Lebanon, New Hampshire this morning to do about 2 hours worth of work, and then turn around and drive home.
Is he a
But
vegetarian?
you
Mike,
got paid for the travel time. So,
Oh,
is Eric a vegetarian?
no, he was eating pepperoni pizza.
Oh, that you can still be a vegetarian. Is he
No.
a vegetarian?
No, you cannot be a vegetarian if you're eating pepperoni
Paul,
pizza.
Paul, is your bro a vegetarian?
No.
I don't know why I thought
Where
that.
would you get that from?
I don't know why. He
because
just gave
he's
me
so
that.
damn skinny.
He gave me the vibe, yeah,
Skinny.
and that's not a bad thing. That's not a. I'm not. It's not like I'm what a, vegetarian and not,
Listen,
Yeah,
all right. So
our
our field day tradition is the Friday night is steak night.
Yep.
And so I set up my campsite, early on Friday, and then we have steaks and scotch, and we just hang out.
Then fine. Next Northeast Ham Radio happy hour, I will apologize to him. I am a man. I'll apologize.
You
to
can
him.
do it right now. He's in the chat.
He's
Eric,
also
I apologize. Eric, I apologize to you, brother.
vegetarian, really.
Is my invite still going to come now?
No.
Hey, we
Michael,
went
I'm
to
just-
the treehouse. It was good food. I guess it's a golf club, but they had good pizza and really, really good beer. I'll just leave it at that.
There you go.
I just had to put an
Good,
editor. I just had to put an editor's note that two people correct me, and they are correct. It is the reserve currency, not the global standard. Sorry, the reserve currency.
The reserve. Okay.
So back to this lunch, Michael. Did Eric pay for this?
No, he bought the beer. I bought the pizza.
That's a hell of a corporate meeting to have.
We sat and ate pizza and drank beer and talked amateur radio and YouTube for 2 hours.
Solve
Or
the
an
world's
hour.
problems.
Exactly. Beer
And you
pizza.
learn nothing.
Oh, I'll always learn something.
Which one did you buy? The beer?
No, he bought the beer. I bought the pizza.
I didn't know you could do that on a corporate credit card.
No, that wasn't a corporate credit card. That was personal, sir. No, I
Probably
can't
Clubhouse
say what
credit
Eric bought his with. But
Clubhouse.
Jesus, I have
Surprised it didn't
when we
bounce.
go- hey, when
Mike
we
knows.
when we go traveling, all right, we can buy like one drink the senior person buys dinner for everybody. That's when we go out traveling for work. It's usually me or one of my bosses, but we go out and we can actually buy alcohol on the our card, which is amazing.
That reminds me, I need to hit my boss for another happy hour.
Yeah.
No, my boss lets you take the team out for a happy hour. We've got one of the local breweries here that we go to.
Oh, nice.
And the company drops the tab, and
we don't have very many breweries in Massachusetts.
I think we have more breweries than churches now.
In
the holy city.
So tomorrow when the IRS calls your workplace, Steve, they can blame it on you.
Yep.
Sure, it's government contract anyway, so whatever.
Why doesn't Massachusetts have breweries?
I don't know. Their ABV is terrible here.
What's that mean? What's
alcohol
ABV?
by volume?
Okay.
The ABV here, like, I hate to say this, but I go down to the store and I get what is it? Smoky Mountain Moonshine. It's the popular.
Old Smoky.
Yeah, Old Smoky. I can get that, and their ABV is like 3.3 because it's Massachusetts. You go to Tennessee or Kentucky, and it's like 7, 8.
Yeah.
So
they water it down, or they
do. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
They want all the drunks here in Massachusetts to be drunk slowly.
You go to Pennsylvania, you have to buy it by the case.
Yep.
This brings me to a topic.
No, you can, Steve. You can buy 6-packs now.
Oh,
and they sell them in the grocery stores. Yeah, you don't have to go to the state store anymore. You can buy wine and beer in the grocery stores now.
Is there anybody making their own? Is there anybody? I mean, tonight's thing was any other hobbies? Is
not that we'll talk about.
Not that we're talking about.
Well, it's legal though. Isn't it legal to make your own?
Yeah,
or whatever.
It's legal to make your own, depending on what state you're in, but it's illegal to sell it.
Yeah, but so like big breweries, microbreweries in some states and provinces, from what I understand. I only know states because I saw something I think about Jack Daniels. But like I was in Nova Scotia working, and the microbrewery there, when they brew a batch, they pay a tax right away. They have to register what they brew, and they're taxed by the volume of what they produce, and then obviously the sales tax. So there's like 2 taxes, and one is when you produce. And I believe I saw a report, I think it was about Jack Daniels, that they pay, I think, $4 million. They have the same issue. They do the same thing, I believe, in Tennessee. And so they pay all this taxes, and obviously this stuff has to age. So they pay the taxes a long time before it's even going to make it to shelf. And
and Jack Daniels is made in a dry county.
Yeah, it's made in a dry county. So they actually pay money to the county to maintain them there.
Yep.
Wow, the things you learn tonight on this show. Holy crap.
Wow.
So so we've had discussions on the show before about the government liquor stores and stuff run by the government, right? Or run by the state or whatever. In Mississippi, that's not a thing. So I never really knew what y'all was talking about. Was that a good thing as far as prices go?
The state store were pretty even, yeah. Across
it's all controlled, right? It's all controlled.
It's all controlled.
Yeah.
Right, Paul? I mean, Paul, you would know from New Hampshire too, right? Whatever the price is at this place, it's going to be exactly the same at somewhere else, right?
Okay, well, and the reason
for the most part,
because where I'm at now, when I first rolled into town, I show up to what they call a package store.
Yes, the packy.
And I walk in and I get to looking at the liquor, and I'm like, God dang, man, it's like
10 cups looking better and better.
Yeah,
and the prices was outrageous, but the beer was normal price. So then I get to talking to some folks, and they're like, "Oh no, you got to hit the ABC store. You got to get the state-run store, the government-run store." So I go there the next day, and prices were great on the liquor. That's where I got it at.
What about Miller Lite? What's Miller Lite going for? Where you are right now?
That looked at water.
Who the hell drinks Miller Lite?
Ape does.
Ape does.
Ape does.
And apparently Joe Brett does too. If Ape leaves
it was like 48 cans of that stuff. Maybe more.
So it's actually
He
funny
told
that
me so much
Joe Brett.
that he left some when he left, and I took it home with me.
Hey, Eric, I know you're in the chat. What was the beers that we got today? They were craft beers from this place. I tell you what, they had like 30 taps set up with all craft beers. And I tell you, I don't remember what the beer was. Something I forgot what it was. It was
something
good.
fancy, something expensive.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
Does he want to join us? Give him the link.
Treehouse Brewery.
Treehouse Brewery. Okay.
So it's interesting though what Joe Brett's talking about, right? So I'm used to like being able to get a 30 pack of Budweiser at the grocery store at home, right? And if I want booze, then I got to go to the liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, correct.
Here in Indiana, you can't buy, or I'm sorry, Illinois. I'm in Illinois. You can't buy a 30 pack of Budweiser. It doesn't exist.
Why not? What do you mean? Like,
wait.
Either Budweiser is American.
They don't sell them any bigger than a 24 pack.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some states only have a certain amount.
They limit the volume or the.
It's
quantity.
fucking weird.
You guys, I just looked it up because there were rumors it's $4 million a day for Jack Daniels. Some say $1.8 million a day. But this is the tax that most states and provinces charge you just to make the product. You haven't sold it. You're like, hey, I want to brew some beer. You brew beer, and then you have to submit it to the government, and then they tax you on that. You haven't sold it. It could be a bad batch. You're still taxed on it. So in Ontario, if it's a beer manufacturer made in Ontario, for draft, you're charged 72.47 cents per liter. Non-draft beer is 89.74 cents per liter. So that is like there's like 3.85 or 3.94. There's American and Canadian gallons, whatever it is. So times it by roughly 4. So that's for Ontario beer manufacturers. If you go to a microbrewery, draft is almost 36 cents per liter and non-draft is almost 40 cents per liter. And then there's Ontario brew pubs, sold in Ontario brew pubs. So it's around 33.5 cents per liter. So it's crazy. Think about it. It's a tax before you even make a sale.
And if that never gets sold for whatever the reason, you still had to pay it.
Yep. From what I understand, it's essentially a penalty for making alcohol is how I see it. It's crazy. It's not a sales tax. It's not a profit tax. It's, hey, you want to make a product and try and sell it? We're going to tax you. It's like the worst type of tax.
Didn't we have this issue with the Boston tea where they were dumping the tea in the harbor? I thought we settled all this stuff. All of it.
And then we created the ATF and we brought it all back.
And all the fucking taxes.
Mm-hmm. Ham till it hurts to the right. It's a sin tax.
Joe's probably talked about some of that.
It's a sin tax.
It's called sin tax, yeah. Get to pay to sin.
Do brothels?
You grow up at church and they're like, if you sin, you're going to pay the price.
Molson, go to your Google.
No, we're going to tax you, baby.
Molson, go to your Google. Go to Nevada. Go to the brothels. Do they have to pay a tax even before the girl opens the door? I would just be, without getting deep and dirty into this, I'm wondering if the brothels in Nevada have the same thing.
Here's the problem with that.
It's all relevant.
Well, but here's the problem with that. They're not allowed to list the price on their website.
No. But just to have a brothel, what does it cost? What's the tax on the brothel?
Oh, dude, that's not a tax. That's protection money you pay the cops.
And licensing.
Plus, they're outside of the city limits, anyways. They're in the county, but they're outside of the city limits. They're not allowed to be in the city limits.
Okay.
Now,
right.
Now, the little 15-year-old kids that are passing out cards on the street corner saying, to your room in 30 minutes or less, I don't know how they warrant that.
Again, protection money. I mean,
exactly.
I don't understand that world at all.
No.
And I'm glad I don't. I'm just sitting in my garage having a cigar.
Imagine we have to pay a tax to every time we click the FT8 transmit button.
Yeah.
Wasn't the T
That's
tax
funny,
only
that's
like 2%?
Hey,
The
don't listen. Don't worry, because the ARRL will fight for you to only pay half of what the government proposes.
So, Molson, I have a question.
But they'll pay the. Never mind.
No.
They'll pay the ransom.
Hey,
I'll say
Molson, I have a question for you. In all seriousness, what if the U.S. said, "Hey, bring me your BC, bring me your specific province. We'll make you a state or whatever." What are your thoughts on that?
Are we really talking about this?
We got him riled up last time on that one.
What would you say if I came to your family and said, "Hey, bring me your children and I'll make them part of my family"? You say, "Fuck no," right? It's the same thing. Like, we have our own identity. We're not.
Wait a minute. There's no assumption. Wait a minute. If I can give my kids an opportunity to learn how to drive a Zamboni, learn about a Zamboni, I'd be like, no, absolutely.
You're far enough north that they can drive a Zamboni.
Hold on.
Play hockey.
Let's not kid ourselves that there's some glorious opportunity in America that doesn't exist in other countries. Okay?
It does.
America is a great country. It's a fantastic country. But Canada doesn't want to be American. And just allow us to be self-determined, right? What we want to do. Don't. Let's not play this game. We're not interested.
Are you telling me the grass isn't greener on the other side?
Tell that to Alberta.
Yeah, but
yeah,
Alberta,
right.
Hold on. Alberta, 70% of Albertans at the least are not interested in separating. The other 30 can move to the states. It's always the same thing. The loud voices get the attention, but the reality is in Alberta, it's not a majority. It's not even close to a majority who want to leave. And if people are saying, yeah, they do, they're just because they want them to. It doesn't exist. It's not going to happen. And we are our own country. We're happy this way. And you know what's funny? Like, let's be honest. I shouldn't say this. Like, when did Americans become like, I don't know, sort of this colonial, besides for when you guys first came over here? When did you guys become this like, hey, let's dominate the world? Like,
it's always been that way.
Always.
Oh, it has not.
Yeah.
It has not.
When America,
I would tell you now that the world has seen Americans drop their values in the last little while. Things that you guys never stood for. And it's very easy to say. And I don't want to get an argument with you guys here. But your core principles on certain
It's not an argument. No. We're all men here. Listen, we're all men, and we can all discuss. This is not an argument. Let's seriously.
Listen, okay, I'm going to say this, and then it's over. The one party who's been screaming about let's keep our money at home and not help other people out is now saying let's send our money to the a war zone near
LA,
near a sea, and let's build an American destination. So it's kind of weird how it's like, let's work, focus at home, keep money home, help our people, to, hey, let's go over there and build a home in the city. You've lost your principles. You're blinded by whatever it is. Canada, I don't care what you guys do. Don't touch Canada. Canada's not interested. It's that simple. It's that simple. They're not interested.
You don't want it sounds like you don't want an American destination in your backyard.
It is in my backyard. It's literally a 5-minute drive. If I want to come there, I'll come there. It's 5 minutes away. It's not an issue.
Speaking of which, did you go pick up your hat yet?
No, I didn't.
God, no, man.
The one that has the American flag. The one that has the American flag sewn in the back of it.
Probably not.
Listen,
probably a Canadian flag.
Listen. Oh man, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm going to say things I don't want to, and I love you guys. I love America, but like I don't want to talk about this because like I'm going to say something.
I was just curious because
like you intentionally opened up a can that you wanted to see a reaction.
Where the fuck to go, Michael?
And I'm like biting my tongue as I speak right now, okay? Because
Michael, Mike, the next time you do that, you got to have a blizzard ready for him. It's like the Snickers. It's like the Snickers.
We need the Timmy's is what it is.
Well, so that's
Michael now owes Daniel a Frosty, blizzard.
A blizzard, yep.
You come down here, I'll get you the biggest blizzard you want.
Ooh.
I'll
Look
put
at
it
him
this
perk
way.
up.
It's just like the guys over on the West Coast right now that are doing their thing, but yet they don't want to go back to their country that they supposedly love. They want to stay here in the U.S.
Bingo. Bingo.
Yeah, but America sold the world on the American dream.
Oh, no, you're right.
Right. But
Land of opportunity.
don't
Bring
make
your
my
poor,
Tennessee
bring your
California. That's all I'm saying.
No,
I'm not saying illegal immigration is correct. I'm just saying you kind of sold the dream. You know, like that's what the result is.
but why can't? But just protests in peace, though. Why does there have to be
Well,
violence?
that's another story. That's a different story.
That's a whole different story.
That's a whole
All right,
different
all right.
story.
Damn, you know what kind of fun Shane's gonna have moderating this damn show?
He's probably just going to skip this one like he has a couple others. But
All the buttons you got to push after you publish a video.
Why? Wow, we just can't talk. Men just can't talk. This is
No,
Clubhouse.
I know it's been a while since you've done a YouTube video. That's not a hit. That's just saying there's a lot of shit that's changed.
I know. That's why.
Now
Yeah.
you got to ask your questions about whether it was political. How much curse words did you use? Did you entice anybody? And I think Daniel got pretty fucking enticed just then.
there's another F-bomb from
Speaking of Shane.
Oh shit!
Speaking of Shane, so last year I bought Shane's dropped radio, and I put rails on it, and I put a new microphone with it because I don't know what the fuck Shane did. He like chewed on the fucking microphone. But it has now left my possession. It is the brotherhood of the traveling radio now. So the radio is now in California.
Oh, good Lord.
We'll see how long it lasts.
Well, but I thought you were going to say, and it hasn't dropped once. See, this is what happens. You put the rails on it, and now it'll never drop, right?
No.
Exactly.
So,
Well, Frank will have to let us know in the chat if he's dropped it yet.
well, I want to know how many times UPS dropped it from your house to Frank's.
I'm sure 1,000 times. It got delayed numerous times.
It got drop kicked across the ramp, and
He didn't put Italian on the side of it.
I did ship it
Fragile.
UPS, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta put that Italian word,
But it
fragile,
made it.
on the side of it.
see, that's the crazy part. You shipped to UPS and it still made it.
But let me tell you,
Sure.
all right, so I took pictures of the box when it was all sealed up. I took pictures before I sealed it up. And then when I sent it, I sent Frank a picture of the receipt and the pictures of the box and everything. And I was like, let me know. And he was like, oh, it got delayed. Oh, it got delayed. Oh, it got delayed. And I'm like, this fucking thing better get there.
You insured it, right?
Oh, yes, I insured it.
Okay. That's. But
Is this
getting the
something
insurance
common?
money out of them is a pain.
Is this a common thing now? Is it just related to ham radio?
yeah,
Where stuff
no,
goes,
No.
it goes to the graveyard or the boneyard to sit in limbo.
I've never wanted an air tag on something more than ever than that ATOS that was supposed to come from Jim.
Hey, Molson, if you come down to Massachusetts, I've got something for you.
What's
Oh,
that?
Is it a green card?
Shit. That was almost a drop sound.
Yeah, this thing's heavy. You talk about a boat anchor. Let me see if I can turn it around.
Is that a Tentec?
Hold on. Are you telling me right now that if I come down there, you're giving me that radio?
I
Now,
can't
if
see.
you
What is
come-
that?
If you come to Massachusetts,
Look at him. He's pulling up Google Maps now.
I know where it is. It's near Boston. I know where it is.
no, I'm not near Boston.
No, but
I'm an hour from
Massachusetts. Boston is in Massachusetts, right?
It is in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Very
Exactly.
good. Very good for a geography lesson.
Daniel, if you can get here, I will give you this radio.
Damn.
Oh
You
shit!
can pick your hat up on the way too.
Is it working?
Yeah. And I even
746
have
Pro?
I even have the Boom Mike Heil adapter for it too.
There you go.
Why would you do that? Are you trying to buy me so that I'm like I want to become American? You're like, come over to the dark side.
Damn, man. Normally we would just pass an envelope. This guy's passing a radio.
Hey,
It's
and
a
if you
peace
have a
offering,
trailer,
isn't
and if you have, I have it for sale, but if you have a trailer, I have a 70-foot crank up tower
Dude, what do you want? Seriously.
that I will give you. Because I have never seen that many shades of red on somebody's head before, so I didn't want to line you up that much.
Notice he didn't say face. He said head.
70-foot crank up.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's an oldie.
Back off, Steve. That's what you're offering. Back the
It's
fuck
got the
up.
tilt over base. It's got the tilt over base, and it needs to be restrung. It needs a
All right,
new
question
cable.
then. When he crosses the border, does he have to do the duty? You know, that duty thing?
Is it duty free? I don't know.
Oh, that's not going to be duty free. I
He
promise
knows
you.
how to do that.
He's got to strap it to the top of his pickup truck.
It's duty free.
And duty is another word for a tax.
Now we don't know what's duty free because there's this new thing called extortion that's happening. So
Yeah,
we
this
don't know what it is.
There's that.
import tax.
No, technically, ham radio gear is duty free. So
Technically.
well, yeah, but nobody knows. The goalposts keep on changing these days. So like, it might be duty free today and tomorrow it's not. We're not too sure.
And you have to come down here and drink a Miller beer.
Okay.
He's like, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mike gave the exception on that one.
I bet this is what I see right
Or
now.
we can go over to New York and hang out with MAK, and you can drink a Utica Club.
This is what's going to happen.
Do I look like I'm picky with what I drink? As long as I'm not piss, I don't care. So it's good.
Daniel's going to show up in Massachusetts. He's going to get him a radio. He's going to get him a tower on a trailer. He's going to get him a fucking tour bus. He's going to pick his hat up and eat a blizzard on the way back across the border.
I don't know about the tour bus, but that one in Kentucky is available, and the lady has dropped the price. It's now $6,500,
Good
and it
Lord.
runs and drives, and you can drive it out of there. And it was made in New Mexico.
Are we getting a tour bus? Wait, are we getting a tour bus?
I gotta go.
Bye,
Bye,
Molson.
Daniel.
Hi, Molson.
Love you.
Bye.
Love you.
By the way, love you, Americans.
Love you. Mean it.
Stay American.
Love you like that.
You ought to sing the Star Spangled Banner now as you're getting out. As you're walking out.
Oh, God.
Canada.
All I'm gonna say is, you know that whole West Coast there, California, all the way up. They're gonna be our 14th province.
You can have it.
We'll give it
You
to you.
can have it.
See you later, Daniel.
Yeah, bye.
You get
Later,
a
man.
little spring.
All right. Are we getting a tour bus? Did I miss something?
Oh,
Did Beer Snack say yes to
No,
a
no.
beer?
No,
No,
he said no to the
Molson-
yacht, too.
Molson was like, "Oh my God, it's going to cost me $10,000 a month." And I was like, "Dude, they're like freaking all over the place cheap down here." And I've been watching this one in Kentucky. The lady dropped her price to $6,500. I shared it in the chat. If you want to bring it up, Steve. If you
Does it have
we
wheels?
can-
Does it run? Does it have wheels?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yes. Oh
it drinks
yeah.
over?
Runs
Does
and
it drinks
drives.
over?
and-
Yeah.
Is the toilet in the back clean?
Probably not.
There.
We'll
I'm-
trade for a dump truck. Hey, it sleeps 6. That could be a Huntsville mobile.
Can you share it?
Yeah.
Clubhouse on the road. How does that sound, guys? Clubhouse on the road.
I don't want to drive that thing. God,
So
no.
why not? They're easy to drive.
Bring up a picture. I want to see this thing. Oh, come on.
All
We could
right.
drive anything.
Oh, no, I know I could drive anything. It's just does
Oh
not,
no, I'll drive it, Steve.
does not look that fun to drive. I love the turquoise inside.
Yeah, definitely retro.
Okay, I can see myself sticking. To that upholstery, but no,
Of
to the turquoise. To the turquoise.
Show them a picture of the front.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We get a big old sticker or banners on the side. Clubhouse on the road.
There you go. I want to know whose tour bus it was.
$6,900. She dropped her price.
Look at that. The
1987.
bed still got the plastic on it. That's a good sign.
No. That means she had to buy a new mattress because you didn't want to know what happened to the old one.
Okay.
Oh, God bless. But it has bunks in it.
It's got bunks.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's going? Okay. All right. Let's talk this out. In the clubhouse, who's going to be on the bottom bunk and who's going to be on the top bunk? Think about it.
Anybody who weighs less than 200 pounds gets the top bunk.
There you go.
I'm gonna get on the couch.
Because Izzo, your fat ass and my fat ass are not going on the top bunk.
I'll sleep in the driver's seat. I'll just stay right there.
God.
That may be the best seat right there in the house.
But does it have a disco ball? Jesus. It's a 1987 TMC, which, if you're familiar with MCI buses, they're made in Canada. Most of them would be happy. TMC buses were made in New Mexico. Same company.
Does it have low hours on it? Low miles?
I think it even has
details?
a Detroit in it. I think it has.
She's had it listed for 4 years.
Yeah, she can't sell it, and I don't know why.
Well, it's an 87, so it's almost 4 years old.
It must be the bed then.
It's gonna be cheap.
It must be the bed on that thing. So
No, it's not the bed. It's people are afraid of something that old with a diesel.
I had a 1975 TMC MC8 with an 8V71 Detroit diesel. I could go out in the middle of winter, push that start button, that thing would fire right up.
Oh yeah.
Needs a serious black light.
No, I refuse.
I'm
things
thinking Steelers Red has got an 8V92 in it.
Okay.
Call Skydiving right now on stream. You know, a lot of places you can come across a lot of churches around here that selling their buses. Tour buses.
What do you need to drive? Is that considered a Class C?
Nope. It's considered an RV. Even if it has air brakes, it's considered an RV.
Depends on the state. I think South Carolina.
Most states, you do not need an air brake endorsement.
Yeah, if you're not doing it for commercial, just recreational vehicle.
South Carolina requires a motorhome license.
I want a nice vanity plate.
South Carolina.
All right,
really?
I want a nice vanity plate. We're going to have a simple ham radio station with an antenna off the ladder in the back or something. And Charmin. Got to have Charmin in the bathroom. It's very simple.
Just dude wipes. It's okay.
Both.
Let me see if I can find my bus that I had. Let me see if I can find my bus.
You think Beer Snack is getting nervous right now?
Oh yeah.
He hears us.
Even listening.
He knows. He's got the hair on the back of the hair on his back right now, standing up, and he's like, "Oh my god, someone's talking about me."
Oh yeah, we could lay that 70-foot crank up on the top of it and then just hinge it down.
Yeah, there you go. Just hinge it at the back and use a crank up to tilt it up. Oh, I can't find my school bus.
Could you guys pull into Huntsville easy with that, or is that kind of a logistics?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you can pull.
Oh yeah. And it's already got power. I would probably replace the batteries, put a halfway decent inverter into it, do a little rewiring. But yeah, it's worth every penny. They have 160 or 170 gallon tanks. So that'll take you like 1,600 miles on one tank of fuel.
The bitch of it is when you run that thing out, what's it going to cost to refill it?
Yeah, it's about when I had my my MC8, it cost about $600 to fill it.
Yeah.
And how far could you get with that? Like what? Give me a
1,600 miles.
Well, listen. Let's just break this down. You want to play RV, it costs money. You want to play
yeah.
boating,
Oh, yeah,
it costs you money. You want to play ham radio, it costs you money. You want to be a chess player, it's going to cost you money. Everything is going to cost you money. We all just have to figure out how much we want to spend. That's all it is.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
It's all
Paul.
it's all in what's in your wallet.
Paul,
And
speaking
Mike, I have
of,
no idea what you're talking
Huntsville,
about.
What's that?
You're coming down from the north, right?
Who, me?
No, Paul.
Yes.
Okay. Make sure you route through Governor's Road.
Okay.
Okay. You want to come out the straight way, not the back way.
What's
Not
the difference?
switchback way.
There's a
difference?
couple of hairpin switchbacks that are steep uphill.
Does that mean he has to get out and push while he has like a stick or something on the gas pedal, keeping it?
Yeah, it's
He has a ham stick. He's running a 6-meter ham stick with the gas pedal down.
you're gonna need
Jimmy
more than a
didn't-
6 meter.
Oh, that's fun.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
need
see
one of
about
those Dawn ham sticks. You know, that big around.
The heavy duty MFJs. I have them.
Yeah.
I have some. Yeah.
It's actually a shorter distance for me to go from here to Huntsville than for me to go back home and then.
Oh yeah. So here we go. I'm gonna pull up the map here. So, of course, you can't see my. Yep, there you go. You see this road right here? Where my cursor is?
Yeah, Fuck
Yeah.
that with a 30-foot trailer.
That's the back way.
Oh, I see, said the blind man. Yeah.
And the park is actually here on Southeast Nolan. So if you come in Monsanto, that's pretty much straight. This is Governor's here, 431. So it's almost a straight shot up the mountain. It's easy.
you could do it.
with a. That's the easy way. But yeah, if you're
Richard's
not
a truck
careful,
and ham, and another guy got their 18-wheeler bobtail up there, but I've seen tour bus size RVs come up in there too.
oh yeah,
Not saying it
Yeah,
was fun, but
I was gonna say it's fun in a car. It'd be hella fun on the motorcycle, but I would not want to do it pulling a camper.
Yeah, not a 30-foot camper.
I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
do it
you do have to be
towing the
careful
little
with
pop
what
up
you
that
do.
I had.
Paul, the best thing to do, like the first time I took my camper up there,
Yep.
I downloaded this app. How's it called? Something is for trucks. Truck
RV
Map.
Life?
That's what it's called. No, that costs too much damn money. So Truck Map is free, but it'll take you the right way to Monsanto.
Thank you, Jody.
Jody with the
Because
762
if you just
Canadian.
use regular GPS as you're driving a car, it's going to try to take you through this little subdivision, and you're going to, what do they call it, high top or whatever, where you bottom out your trailer on the incline.
Mhm.
Yeah, you ain't going to do it. And you can tell a lot of people's done it because all the grooves in the pavement.
I was gonna say that switchback is a son of a gun too.
Mm-hmm.
We have
Yeah,
a couple
I'll-
here. We have a
I'll
couple
take the
here
long
in
way.
the north. We have a couple here in the Northeast like that. It's going up to Mount Washington.
Mhm.
I forget the trail in northern Massachusetts, up by Greenfield. You could go out from Greenfield, go west to North Adams. There's a couple hairpin turns up in the mountains.
Mhm.
It's God's country, but you know, I mean, once you make the, but then again, I'm not towing anything, so that's a difference.
Did we acknowledge? Yeah, y'all acknowledge Jody and
Yep.
his beer snack fund.
Yeah, 762
Very
Canadian.
considerate. Very considerate. Thank you.
There
That
you
was-
go.
That was my bus that I brought back. I brought from Tennessee to Arizona back to Tennessee. That was our school bus. It's
Look at the DX Commander sticker. I spy.
DX Engineering.
DX Engineering. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
DX Engineering.
Yeah, my son and I built that. It had 7 batteries, 2 alternators. Yeah, it was a fun build.
Oh wow.
And then let me see if I can find. I have my MCI in here, or my TMC, my MC8. There it is. There's my MC8.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And that was in
Classy.
1975.
Oof.
And the reason I got rid of the school bus and got this is because the school bus was geared rural, so the rear end was really low gearing. It was 55 down a hill at almost $3,000. So I got the TMC, and I was pushing 70, just flying in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
Like
yeah,
old
I
Greyhound, man.
think we need to do that.
My granddad used to drive the Greyhounds. That's what it reminded me of.
Yep.
That was a Greyhound at one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what it looked like.
They would hug. They would hug in that left-hand lane and just go. Remember that when you were a kid on the highway, you see them, they were just going.
I
They
was
were
like,
going.
I'm trying to remember what the one there was a Greyhound that had the step up in the back. So when you walked in, then you walked up a couple steps and the whole back was elevated and you could look out. I think it was called Venture. I can't remember exactly what it was called.
It was a bench seat in the back, right? A partial bench seat with the bathroom.
No,
yeah.
but it was elevated.
They did
it
like
was a
stadium seating in the
beautiful
later
bus.
ones.
Beautiful bus. My son out in California, he's driving bus. He actually likes it.
Fun times.
He's enjoying it. More power to him.
Yeah.
So
California. Trust me, I've been begging him to come back this way. I just said you got to find a place. You can't crash here. Him and the wife and like 5 kids. No, that's not happening.
No.
I love him, but yeah, I don't love him that much.
Cousin anytime.
Yeah, right.
Shooter's full.
I was wondering who was going to say it. Leave it to Paul.
Hey, listen, I just had to do that the other day where I had to empty my shitter.
Is there really a step process that you've seen? Like I've seen in all there is.
Oh yeah.
You don't do 2 and 3 before you do 1, correct? It's a whole process.
Well,
is that the right word?
No. So you drain the shit tank first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once it's empty, you put another like 10, 15 gallons of water into it.
Right.
Drain it again, right? Because you want to make sure you try and flush out as much as possible. When you're done flushing it out, you put another 5 gallons of water in it because you got to have a place for your shit to go into water.
Oh,
And
you don't
then
want to dry that. You don't want to dry down there.
No.
You get the shit mountain to do that.
You get the shit mountain, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
you don't need the shit mountain.
Okay, that makes sense.
But after you're done draining your black tank, which is your shit tank, then you drain your gray, and that's your shower water and your sink water and all that.
Helps clean your hose out and stuff.
Paul, I've got something for you when you come back. You have a black tank on your camper, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The camper I got from the neighbors, he's got this thing that goes in the tank and spins around and washes it out. What'd you call it?
Macerator.
Mercenator or something.
No, not a macerator. No, this thing is on a garden hose and it spins around and cleans out the black tank.
Oh yeah. I've seen those too.
Can I ask a question? Okay, from a guy who doesn't know this world, but why is there the black tank and a gray tank? Why not just have one tank? Who cares if the dirty shower water?
Because in your house you have J traps, P traps, whatever, that block the gases from coming up.
Correct.
In a camper, you don't have that.
Correct.
And you don't want the black tank gases coming up through the sink.
Especially if Paul's been in there.
Yes.
Sounds like you know Paul.
Makes sense. See? Logic prevails here.
Yes.
And
the commode actually has a flapper that closes to seal off those gases.
And it goes right to the tank. It doesn't pass go. It doesn't collect $200. You open the hole and it goes right in the tank.
Yep.
And do you have to clean? Is it proper to do the black when you're doing your discharge and you're emptying?
Oh yeah, wash it out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to do black first versus gray, or does it make a difference?
You should do black first.
Yeah,
you do black first.
And you open up your gray tank and you drive down the road.
Hose for your black tank flush. Don't use your drinking water hose.
Okay. And then when you're at that place, that little area that I've seen, do they have two different like holes in the ground, or
no
area? They don't care which one goes in there.
They don't have an RV dump station.
Okay.
So you get one of those little blue. They have a little blue tote, and you transfer it to the little blue tote, and then you take that to an RV dump station.
And if you really just want to set the Karens off in the campground,
you
just open your damn gray tank up on the ground, and they just And then when they start bitching about it, though, you like, what's the difference if I had an outdoor shower?
That's it.
And my soap and shampoo running on the ground.
Well, what if you want to just water the grass? You just want to water the grass.
Well, we do that anyway too.
Right, because you're preventing forest fires.
Exactly. That's what we'll tell the ranger. We're just preventing forest fires.
Yeah.
So that's like my sink on my little camper. It just has a hose. You just fill it into a bucket and just dump the bucket. That's the only thing I have in my camper. And I've got a little cassette toilet that I can take with me if I need to. So just in case you have to go, it's called a cassette toilet. I don't know.
I like having a full bathroom.
You pop the top off and it's got a little tank underneath and you just go dump the tank. It's pretty cool. It's got water and everything in it.
What do you got? And do you guys have to winter for those who are in cold weather environments? You have to winterize this thing. Some antifreeze,
as long as you're not living in it, yeah. RV antifreeze.
So, because I started living in the RV in February, right? I de-winterized it, and then I put heating pads on the bottom of the tanks to keep the tanks from freezing. And then I wrapped the whole underside with the old billboard vinyl, and I put a little heater under there. That way it just keeps everything heated.
Whoa. You mean to tell me the stuff that goes in the black tank could freeze?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have a
big shitsicle.
You ever take a frozen dog?
Wait. What did Mike say about frozen? I'm thinking frozen popsicles here.
You ever
giant shitsicle?
Yeah, you ever take a frozen dog turd?
Oh, I've seen that. Okay, yes, I've seen that. That horse turd. Okay.
Same thing.
Same thing. Okay. Makes sense.
Holy shit, Joe.
Would.
Oh, Michael, you just looking at that Instagram link?
Who's that?
Did I miss it?
Oh yeah. All right.
When you said too far of a drive, I figured you hadn't looked it up yet.
I hadn't. That might be worth the drive.
Again, disclaimer, guys. For the disclaimer for all the stuff I'm seeing in the chat, I don't own an RV. I have never done camping. I've always wished, just never had the opportunity. My lifestyle doesn't allow it. It just never. It just never had. Listen, when you work my crazy work schedule for the last 20 years, 25 years, you would understand. And it's a shame. Because I feel like I've missed out a part of life that I really would love to experience. So I know nothing about this RV world, and it can be from the shit tank to the gasoline tank
to the diesel tank
to the bunk tank. I have no idea how you. I think it's cool. The only thing I've seen, the movie with Robin Williams and an RV. That's the only thing that I saw.
God.
So you know that's something that do you really base your life on? What that's the RV world?
Oh, the GM. Do you remember the movie Stripes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The MC50.
GM. Yeah,
The
there's one for
MC50.
sale here in Massachusetts. Except it's not green; it's white.
Paint it green.
Yeah, that'd be cool. There's one for
We
sale.
had here when I moved to my town. My boss had one, and we used it for our mobile EOC.
Nice.
That thing had more miles in the bunk room than it did on the road. It was a problem. It was a problem. It was a huge problem. It had all the Motorola radios from low band to whatever back then. Everyone thought it was so cool, but that thing was parked outside the property that I was renting, and that thing was a pain in the neck. We had problems. I had to get that thing on. No. We're not turning this place into the, to the no-tell motel kind of a, thing.
Goodness.
Izzo, if you see this thing rolling down the road, if Steve throws it up,
Got it.
That's my FJ, and that's my NDC camper.
Okay.
Pops up. I'm gonna presume.
So it's a forward fold. So, you see the little latches right there.
Yep.
Along the top edge, that piece folds forward, and there's a little door right there. Now,
Nice.
what's interesting is this is an Australian camper.
Mm-hmm.
So most American campers are the doors are on the passenger side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Australian, because they drive on the other side of the road and their driver's wheel is on the right-hand side, their passenger door for their camper is on the left side. And that's where this door is. Yeah, it's weird. But I love this stupid thing. And if you come up to 24 hours of POTA in September, this will all be set up. And if you want to play, and if you don't, if you want a nice warm camper to sleep in, let me know.
Thank you.
There you go. All right. Well, gentlemen, it's been an hour and 48 minutes. What do we say we go around the horn and wrap this thing up?
That'll work.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead, Steve.
Well, I've got nothing coming. No, I just need to edit some videos. But hopefully I'll get one ready for Tuesday. I plan on being on the playlist next Tuesday. So
nice.
That's all I've got. Izzo, how about you?
Shout out to my kids. This is the last week of school. Awards. We got another awards night tomorrow night. And then we got the big graduation on Friday night. I'm off tomorrow night, though. Going to go play some POTA. Look for me on the ham bands. 20, 40. We'll see what the other bands are doing based on propagation. So, I don't know. I'm either going to try to go back to that Kilo Park and try to get that kilo again, or go somewhere else and just, I don't know, maybe get a suntan. Who knows? That's what I got going on.
All right.
Yeah, everybody's looking at Joe.
Uh-huh.
Even Joe's looking at Joe.
Yeah.
Waiting for Steve to say, how about you, Joe?
I said, Joe, what you got?
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, of course. Fucker.
I don't know. I got to come up with something. Last week, interesting little story. Last week, I said I was talking with a vendor, about doing something, a new little product that I haven't kind of done before, and the little motherfucker laughed at me. So I'm probably not doing that video.
Oh, don't laugh at Joe. Don't laugh.
Yeah. He said, it looks like your video views has went down. I was like, yeah, the last 5 was 360 videos for research purposes to see if people even liked them, right? So anyway, he's like, okay. I said, okay. And so I don't know. We'll come up with something sometime. It's just busy right now. So at the very least, we'll be here on Tuesday night. So
yep.
Frank knows how to rub you the wrong way.
ATOS and radio. Yeah.
There you go. Michael, what do you got?
I got to work at MIT tomorrow. Yay me. Thank God they're all out of school and I don't have to worry about pushing kids out of the way to get my work done. Probably I have not done a POTA activation yet. I've been hunting. you can look on the POTA app there, and you can see I've been hunting, but not actually activated anything. So, if it's nice and warm this weekend, and if it ain't raining or doing something stupid, I might go down to the Rehoboth Forest down here that's on POTA and possibly get on the air there. I don't know. Other than that, you're just letting this summer air out, try to hit a few more hamfests in the Northeast here, and go from there, and wait on Paul to get back.
I was gonna say, nice and warm. It's still 80 degrees here at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it's 63 here.
Yeah, man, I got the Mr. Buddy heater here. Keep me warm. This is ridiculous.
My AC can't keep up. But all right, Paul, what do you got?
Well, so I'm gonna keep skydiving and having fun and getting better. For those that aren't channel members, my Category G video will be available to you in the next few days, and then my A license video will be 4 days after that. So however that plays out. I finally got a Support Your Parks weekend video done.
Nice.
From, what was that, April?
April.
So that'll be premiering on Thursday. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep hanging out and trying to improve my skydiving skills. And I'm long overdue for meeting up with the ham radio dude, doing a Parks in the Air with him. So
always fun to watch your stuff, Paul. Always fun to watch your stuff, Paul.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Especially when he does a rendition of a tortoise.
Wait a minute. Wait.
What you got?
Michael, is this your first time on the show?
No, second time.
So you've been inducted. You've been voted on.
Somebody voted?
Did you answer the Izzo fast question?
Yeah, I don't think you did the Izzo fast round.
No.
Wait a damn minute here.
Oh shit.
We can't check the roster because we quit keeping up with it after year 2. But
yeah.
So anyway, I want to make a motion in case Michael wasn't inducted whenever he come on last time, that he becomes an honorary member of the Clubhouse. He was brave enough to come on tonight for, I guess, the second or third time. So,
all right, I'll second that.
All right, got a motion, second on the motion there. So,
yep,
absolutely.
Paul says, "Hell yeah, man!"
That's my autistic yay.
So maybe this time we will remember, and somebody note that down so we don't do it next time he comes on the show.
Yeah, I need to get through the backlog of videos and see who all we had on. Update that damn list.
Well,
he's got to do fast questions.
What's a fast question?
Izzo, lightning round. Go for it.
Right. Dun dun dun, because Joe Brett's on the road, right? Dun dun dun.
Yep.
I have no idea where Joe Brett is, so don't ask me.
All right. Michael, you have to answer these questions. The first answer that pops into your head. Are you ready? Chicken, fish, or steak?
Steak.
How do you like your steak?
Medium.
And what would you have on the plate with the steak, if anything? Like if
potatoes.
What kind of potatoes?
Mashed potatoes or quarter potatoes.
Okay.
I like scalloped potatoes too.
Okay. What's your favorite ice cream, if any?
It's a flavor that is no longer offered by Ben & Jerry's. It's chocolate peanut butter cookie dough.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
They don't offer it anymore.
So what do you have now?
What is that?
When you go into the supermarket or your favorite ice cream place?
Kitchen sink.
The kitchen sink.
Whatever it is from Ben & Jerry's, everything in the kitchen sink, whatever it is.
Okay.
What's your favorite snack?
Fritos. Barbecue.
Barbecue.
But barbecue? And last question. What's your favorite band?
That's a tough one. Are we talking?
No, just answer
first thing that comes to your mind.
Let's just answer the question.
Metallica or Ah,
Foo Fighters.
Must be really good.
Metallica's at the top of my list.
Okay.
For hand bands, what do you like for hand bands?
20 and 40.
What mode?
Sideband.
And if you
I'm a voice
do a
kind of guy.
POTA, and if you do a POTA park, what would be your first antenna that you would use?
I got an antenna. It's an NFED halfway 56-1. It's a homebrew and it works great.
Excellent. Okay, excellent. And speaking of Reliance, guys, we have Matt coming on here next week, and 3V again.
Nice.
Matt's going to be talking about his 56-1, and don't tell anybody. But I think there may be 1 or 2 giveaways, and maybe a special Clubhouse discount code available for a while, so you can use it for field day, POTA, your soda. You're doing anything this summer, whatever. So be sure to be here next week. That's all I'm going to say. Matt has been.
Base camp. The base camp works great.
Matt's being very generous. He's a nice guy. So we'll see him next week.
Good deal. All right.
All right,
Well,
Steve. Put the ribbons, tie the shoelaces, lock the door. We got to sweep the floors.
Yep.
We got to clean out. We got to clean out the gray tank and the black tank.
All right.
Matt.
73, everybody.
Yep, guys.
Oh, I got to pee, man.
I got to remember this. You got to clean the gray tank first or the black tank, or I forgot which one I got to do first.
Always the black tank first. Always.
Thank you.